let me tell you something crazy. It's almost never a lead quality issue. It's almost always a sales and skills issue. If you're watching this, you probably came to the conclusion that Facebook, Instagram, Google leads are bad, or maybe you didn't have the best experience with leads. Now, if you did have good sales skills and you dealt with the leads properly, you wouldn't be watching this video. You'll be busy cranking jobs every single day without a problem. But you're not. So stick until the very end if you have the balls to solve this problem and make a lot more money. Now, I'm here to offer you a different perspective, and I didn't come up with this perspective myself. I've seen some of the largest and most successful companies do this one thing to convert leads into jobs, really. Notably, Raptors, Custom Offsets, Omar's Wheels. So, Raptors is a hyper successful multi-million-dollar luxury auto boutique with 16 locations worldwide. And they're expanding like wildfire. They've basically been in business for like the last 7 years. And if you do the math, that's an average of two seven-figure locations that they're opening up every single year. Now, the owner of Raptors, Stas, who I've been in touch with, told me this one key thing. It's to always stay fresh in your audience's mind. Because at the end of the day, as a shop, you're not just competing for market share. You're competing for people's minds. You're competing for mind share. You want people to be thinking of you. That's what Omar's Wheels does. That's what Grizzly Trucks does. That's what Custom Offsets does. That's what some of the biggest automotive shops and businesses really do. And what Stas told me and really stuck with me is if someone's on their phone, I want them to see Raptors. If they're taking a shit, I want them to see Raptors. If they're on their way to work, I want them to see Raptors. What I got from him telling me this is that if you're always fresh in a lead's mind, all the lead will be thinking about is you, which means you've done an incredible job in the mind market share. And if all they're thinking about is you, they'll give you their full attention instead of your competitors, and that's what will make the close a lot easier. Now, here's how to actually stay fresh in your lead's mind so that your conversion rate skyrockets and you make more money and grow your shop faster than you could imagine. What's crazy is that it's so simple. It's really stupid simple. Even our smallest clients were doing it and succeeding. With one notably Joseph generating 1100% returns in the first 16 days with this follow-up sequence and the system. So there's really four steps to this. Sorry. Step number one is to use a CRM system and an automation to follow up with every single one of your leads seamlessly and automatically through SMS and email. The best systems to do this is Zapier, High Level, and Monday.com. High Level is going to be the easiest one to set up. Number two is to have a follow-up sequence like the one I'm going to show you guys below. Number three is to follow up frequently, provide value, and build trust and anticipation with the lead to get them to convert. Number four is to call up your leads and incentivize them into coming in person for a visit. Ideally, you should call your leads 8 times within the first 48 hours so that you stay fresh in their mind. You encourage them to call you back. You encourage them to pick up the phone next time you call. And it basically tells the lead that they're important to you, they mean a lot to you, and they're not just a number. Now, I'm not saying you should call up every single lead 8 times, even if they answer. No, you should only call up leads 8 times within the first 48 hours, only if they don't answer at all. Now, leads are human beings. You're a human being. I hope so. I'm a human being. We get busy, we get distracted, things happen, car crashes, someone, relative passes away. And because of this, some of them may not answer the first time or maybe the second time. So always double dial what double dialing does, and I don't see a lot of shops doing this, and it's just stupid. I'm guilty of this. I put my phone on silent and do not disturb. What that does is every single time you call me, I'm not going to know unless you double dial me. If you double dial me, you call me once and then you call me twice right after, it's going to show as a caller and I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to be more inclined to pick up the phone. Same thing with your leads. Now, with this approach of constantly contacting your leads, you'll lose on tire kickers that really won't buy anyways, meaning you'll be left with people or leads in a buying mindset. You may think that, hey, I don't want to spam. Well, really think about it this way. You're not spamming. And if all you're doing is following up constantly, the only leads that are not gonna pick up the phone or deal with you, or maybe, they're like, oh, get me off your list or whatever. These leads are tire kickers and they're not in a buying mindset anyways. So it's good that you're spamming, quote unquote, and basically filtering these guys out. Now, here's an example of a follow-up sequence. This one works really, really well. It's a mock-up. Day one, so this is when a lead is generated. This is what your system is going to tell them. Hey, John, it's Domenico from Lift Kings. You reached out to us about your Ford F-150 looking for new fuel rims and mud tires. When is a good time to come to our shop? We'll give you free gas as well. So what it's doing here, it's building trust with an introduction. Hey, John, this is Domenico from Lift Kings. You reached out to us for your F-150 looking for new fuel rims and mud tires. So it basically builds trust and it incentivizes them into coming in person. Hey, if you come down to our shop, we're going to cover your trip. We're going to give you free gas. Not even your own president gives you free gas, right? So this acts as a really, really good way to incentivize them. Day two, if they don't respond, it says, John, it's Domenico again. Did you get a chance to call us? Let's say it didn't respond. Day four, hey there, did you get my message? If they still don't respond, day five is going to say, hey, John, this limited time deal we're having on wheels and tires is ending soon. We're stocked on 22-inch fuels that I think would look nice on your Ford F-150. I can give you a price that can't be beat. What time works for you to come by? We'll pay for your gas. And yeah, that's basically the incentive. What you're saying here is that we're stocked on 22 inches. That would look good on your Ford F-150. So it doesn't really look like a follow-up sequence. It's just super, super personal. And saying I can give you a price that can't be beat, that's basically they're already sold. Now, day six, if for some reason, for some God knows reason that they don't pick up or they don't really reply to you, you just say, hey John, take a look. This is Jim. He saved $400 shopping for new fuels for his truck, and he also got some free gas. Would it help for you to come over and get a quote that can't be beat and also some free gas? So this right here builds trust. And typically what we do is we also attach an image to really build trust. This image right here, it's AI generated. It's not like a real image. Like I said, this whole thing is an example. It's a mock-up. But like for you, take a picture of a happy customer right next to their rides with new fuels or new rims or tires and use that in your SMS sequence. Now here's a live example of Apex doing this. Apex, one of the largest rim and tire companies in Canada. They're a client. Hey, Abdel, it's Adoni from Apex Rim and Tire. I saw that you chose free Blue Bomber game tickets with wheel and tire sets. Would you be opposed to coming into our shop this week or next? I'll give you a price that can't be beat. And then it shows Adoni here, the sales rep at Apex Rim and Tire. Basically just builds trust. So yeah, if you do want to really ramp up all of your conversion rates, it's never, ever a lead quality issue. It's a sales issue. It just depends. The close really depends on how you're dealing with the leads, how often you're contacting the leads, and how you're reaching out to them. So yeah, you are looking for a growth partner to come into your business, market it like the big guys, and generate you any customer that you want with this system right here that we've used with Apex to make them $15,000 in the first week working with us, $60,000 in the first month working with us, and around $212,000 in the first 13 days of May last month. Click that link below and book a call with us. Take care.